To be a homegrown here in Colorado means everything. To grow up here and have this dream of being on this team and playing in that stadium, and so it means everything to be here right now.
Well, the Homegrown program has evolved into an actual formal part of our ethos in the club, and it's something that now is a strategic pillar of what we do. When we look at programming and budget decisions, those things are tailored toward ensuring that we can support our drive to youth, and the Homegrown program is such a big part of that. So I think it's actually become a big piece of who we are as a club.
The pathway, it's helped me get here today. It's being able to go through the different stages from academy, R2, and now to the first team. It's helped me grow as a player in each step. But yeah, it's really helped me to get to where I'm at today, and credit to all the incredible staff in all those stages.
I think every step of the process for Adam to this point, and this is not a finished product, but I think it's demonstrated that there's a functional player development pathway that exists in our club, and that goes to the relationship with his youth club in Real, Colorado, to coming into the academy and being able to progress within the academy, within the second team, and on into the first team. Adam's a great example where you want to push him through the process absolutely as fast as you can. But we have to make sure that he's prepared to meet the challenges at each individual level. You know, it just gives us the tools that we need to ensure he is actually ready to compete when it comes down to that Major League Soccer debut, which hopefully comes soon.
What we know is, in the academy space, we have a lot of talented players. Then you sort of start talking about what makes the difference for players when they're trying to make this jump from the academy to R2 to the first team. And I think it's pretty consistent with the guys that I've seen that have come through and become homegrown players. A lot of it is about their mentality. Adam, I think, is pretty unique. He's one of those guys that always wants more, whether that's training, whether that's information, whether that's competition. He's always squeezing more from himself on a daily basis. And this tends to make the difference. Amongst guys that are all talented, you need to have this mentality of, I want more, I'm going to do more, I'm going to push harder, and this sets you up for success. Adam's one of those guys. He's disciplined, he's hardworking, he's a good teammate. A lot of what he brings is the intangibles off the field that make him special. During my time with the academy, I think you create an environment where there's like real competition at training, real competition through the games we play with the pro pathway. But there's always young players that rise above that level, and Adam's one of those players. And when that player reaches a point where they're ready for more challenge, it's critical you can put them in environments where they don't feel comfortable, where they are going to be stretched, and they must do more to keep being successful. I think Adam's a great example of that.
That process happened very quickly with Adam, and what we were seeing is he would go into the academy environment and excel. He moved into the second team environment from a competitive standpoint, playing games, and he quickly adapted and excelled at from that standpoint. And when you look at a player that can adapt at that level, then that indicates a readiness. It also indicates that we should make sure that the pathway is not clogged up for him. So putting him on a first team contract then allows us to keep the pathway open for him. It also allows us to expose him to new environments. And in the end, he's gained the confidence of the group to where if he's on an MLS contract and he's needed for an MLS game, we're certain that our coaching staff is confident in Adam to be able to say, you're the next guy up, get on the field. And I think that's where we were with that.
When I first found out the news, I was luckily with my family. I was at my house, so it was nice to be able to go up to them and tell them the news, and they were proud of me. But yeah, it was a special moment, and I'm grateful to be able to do that with them because they know how hard I've worked to get to this moment, and I know that without them I wouldn't be here today. So yeah, it means a lot. It's been a dream of mine to be here today and in this situation, so it means everything to me, and I'm very grateful for this. For me, my goal for the 2024 season is to help this team as much as possible. I have a role now of pushing every day to help my teammates and really just try to set them up for success on the weekend, and on the weekend help us win games. So I think the biggest thing is just help this team as much as possible, and each day grow, keep working, and do all I can as a player to keep progressing.
Yeah, we take a lot of pride in all the guys that have come through the academy, and they're all different, and I think they're all special in their own ways. I think with Adam being the latest homegrown player and the first player to come through the R2 environment, I think he's a really good example of what this pathway can look like. And I do think, with the success of the young players right now in the first team space and the opportunities that are there, it does give us a great deal of confidence and belief in the work that was being done. And we do believe there's a lot of guys in the pathway right now that are striving, aspiring and pushing and are showing a lot of the characteristics that we saw in Adam, that we saw in Jackson Travis, that we saw in Darren Yappy, that we saw in Oliver Laraz, we saw in Cole Bassett. And it gives me a lot of confidence that there's more players to come, which is obviously very exciting for the club.